Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Overmind, and welcome to a replay self-cast. This is a game in which I play. You can see me down here on the bottom right side of the map. In red, I am the Protoss player, Overmind. And I'm very, very excited at this juncture in the game, and let me go ahead and explain why by introducing our other player. Now, as some of you know, and as others of you must assume because you are watching this, I actually cast StarCraft 2 replays on a semi-regular basis. And I also play lots of games on the ladder, and am generally kind of a newbie who really enjoys just playing StarCraft. And when someone submits a game to me, there's usually that submitter, that person who knows that I'm going to cast the game, and then there's an unwilling participant. They don't necessarily object to being part of a cast, but they don't really know about it. And for me, one of those people has been Halladay from Zap. Yes, that's right, up in blue at the top left side of the map, we'll see a Terran player with the name Halladay from Clan Zap. And he's someone who I've casted a game of before, playing against another Protoss player. Now, the memory has faded a little bit. I remember a lot more about what the Protoss player did than what Halladay did, but I was so excited to see that, in fact, I did just run into someone on the ladder who I had heard of from my previous experience as a very decorated and official caster. Here you see me doing a little bit of harassment over here to this SCV. Almost killed him, but pulled out before my probe could die. So probably could have gotten that kill, but didn't want to lose that probe. And I see some pretty typical stuff. There's a barracks coming down for Halladay. We have Halladay repairing the SCV that I damaged. That's so nice of him. And we have gas being mined by, in fact, 4 SCVs. We have me typing a lot and playing badly because I'm very excited that I run into someone on the ladder. And here we have a cyber core. I'm getting a pylon because I'm supply blocked because I've been typing most of the time. Me taking forever to put probes into gas. It's all very bad, but it's very, very exciting. And that's why I wanted to put it up, because games that you have that aren't necessarily good, that aren't necessarily incredibly innovative, but the ones that you're really happy about, those are the sort of replays that you should save and look back upon, and that's why I want to share this with you right now. Here we have my cyber core coming down. Start warp K research pretty well right away. Start a stalker because I did scout that we had gas mining, and I'm concerned about Reapers. Reapers are always something worrying, and indeed, we do have Reapers skittering about across the map. This one's an SCV. It's just something that I thought was a Reaper because it was moving on the minimap. However, this one is a real-life Reaper, moving out across the minimap, doing some scouting around, trying to be very, very sneaky as he moves across the map. There he is, hanging out by the bottom of the ramp. Going to make another stalker because stalkers are just a nice thing to have. Add on an extra gateway, try and keep my money low, keep building probes and build that mothership core. There's just a Reaper in my base, but that's okay. We're gonna be pretty alright with that. It's gonna be fine. Here the Reaper moves in. I'm very slow to react. Mothership core gets there first. 0 kills on the Reaper. Yes! He got a probe low, but he didn't kill any of them. And that's exactly what we're going for. Kind of. I mean, ideally he wouldn't be in there for like a minute while I embarrassingly just sit there. But it's all fine. We're both kind of supply blocked. We're both kind of out of money. I'm gonna go ahead and take an expansion and put down a pylon. He's gonna hold this watchtower. He similarly will float out an expansion. This is all very normal stuff, but I want to go ahead and convey to you that in this story, and in fact, back when I was playing this, I was so excited that I ran into Halladay, and he was such a nice guy after I talked to him about the match. When I linked him the cast of the old replay that he was in, he was pretty not mad at me for casting a game of him losing. So we're gonna go ahead and cast another one. Halladay, I hope you will forgive me. However, you are awesome. Keep playing on the ladder. Keep having fun. Keep being cool. In any case, we have a bunker at the front, factory coming up, tech lab building. We have a reactor on here to get all those wonderful marines out, and indeed we have a marine building, although we don't quite have enough money for another. Both of us keeping the money pretty low. Reaper hops on up, but totally ready for it. I know about this cliff over here, Terran players. Be afraid. Continuing to make probes, making lots. This base is finally finished up, and we're going to start saturating that. A small army here at the front. I'm trying to make sure that my chrono boost stays low. That's been my goal for the last bit of the game. Definitely could do with a probe transfer at this time. Goodness, isn't that embarrassing? Ugh. And here I see my robo is finished on up. Continuing to make probes. Here's a Reaper who thinks he's going to get a scout, but indeed, no, he is denied. Although I'm sure he did see that I have this expansion here, which is going to be a very good thing to note if you are a Reaper who is in charge of scouting. Nice sensor tower over here, so that he knows that I'm not attacking from this side or anything like that. Just in case I decide to Oracle harass him, I guess. But indeed, we have a small force amassing down here. We have a factory. We have a command center. We have many things. I'm going to speed the game along, because I don't remember this being a very attack-heavy moment. And I know that there's a lot of stuff going on. You can see in the production tab we're both building things and making stuff, but that's not incredibly interesting to watch, so we'll just watch these buildings pulse with their we're making things animation, and go ahead and look around. Here we have additional chrono boosts being thrown down, additional chrono boosts here. We have some immortals being made, lots of gateways being added on. We have a forge for upgrades, because it's very hard to spend your chrono boosts if you aren't upgrading well. So I've been getting a lot better on getting my upgrades as a result of working on the chrono boost, which has been good. Look at that. Upgrade, upgrade, morphing warp gates. Looks like we do have this Reaper over here. Here we have a drop. Drops. And drops are scary. Drops are coming. Adding on an additional gateway and a forge. This drop is just gonna sit over here for a moment. I actually don't know for how long, because I don't know exactly what time the drop came into my base. And that would be a very good thing to know right at this moment, so that I could speed it up accurately. Here it comes. Halladay is actually going to take a third at the moment. He's scared away by the fact that I have stalkers peppered all around my base. And so he maneuvers about, using up his thrusters. Waits for them to recharge. Does a scan. Probably sees that I don't have too many things. I move around a little bit because I'm afraid that something is up because of the scan. I do have this nice Templar archives coming on up. I do enjoy using High Templar versus Terran. I'm not ashamed to admit that at all because they're great. This drop's just gonna sit here. I swear there was a drop. I think I'm looking for it with this observer here, but I completely miss it. This third has not yet landed. I do see this, I believe. Yes, there it is. Oh my goodness! And the observer moves to intercept all of this. Sections of my army moved down. In fact, pretty much all of my army moved down because, hey, let's kill it. Yeah. This would be a really good time to drop me. And indeed, this is the moment when it happens. Alright, excellent. Excellent. This was like a week and a half ago, you guys. I don't remember that well what the order was. He's gonna go ahead and stim and try and kill off the pylon. The drop does not go well for him. He lifts up with his units and gets out of there. And this single hellbat crosses the map for reasons. And this base still hasn't landed, which I had no idea that this was happening, actually. I had not the faintest clue. I think he was too worried about this drop over here. He has sort of set his marines down and let them heal up and all that good stuff. And he's scanning here to make sure that I'm not here, I suppose. He's moving out some units. And I'm going to take a third of my own. First by setting up pylons, because I'm very, very supply blocked. However, if you look at the worker supply and the army supply, you can see that I'm ahead in full. So this game is actually going pretty well for me. I think the failed drop was a a big blow. And the fact that he didn't land that command center and start making SCVs and mining from there, that was sort of a problem for him as well. Chrono Boost still low on this Nexus. Chrono Boost, I actually did a pretty good job. I think this was the first game where I felt like, yeah, I did a good job on making sure that my Chrono Boosts were well used. I note that there we go. It took me a long time to actually go ahead and expand because I was doing stuff with my main and getting distracted, and he scans just as I set down that expansion, so he knows exactly what's up. Here we have an observer, checking stuff out. I know that he has an expansion too, I am aware. I also know that this is his army. And I have way too many probes here. I have the right number of probes here because I finally did transfer them down to the other base. Blink is almost done. Here we have, looks like 2-2 working on going along. And we have this upgrade done so that I can storm him if need be. Here I'm producing some stuff from my robotics facility. And all things are well and good. And I actually really enjoy just sitting back and macroing until I am maxed, and then finally going to attack. I'm actually at 180 of 180 now, so I definitely need to build more pylons. You can see them being queued up over here at this expansion, because I want to make sure that I have enough pylons at my expansion in case there's an attack. Warp on in. We're gonna speed up again. I still, throughout the entire game, I want to go ahead and emphasize, I was really excited that I was playing against this person. I was so excited. And a lot of it was just macroing and having fun playing and basking in the knowledge that I can in fact sort of kind of interact with this person. Now there's attacking happening on my pylons, which I just built. I just built these. And he of course moves on away. Doing a pretty good job of keeping that drop more or less alive. However, now I'm pretty much maxed. I'm at 199 of 200. I'm moving around the sides, I'm moving this way and that, and then I realize, oh, I should go attack. Let's go attack. Excellent. Excellent attacking shall happen. We shall group up. All will be well. This command center, this orbital command, it has received an upgrade, is actually moving out into the heart of the danger. It's moving out towards this middle section of the map where my army is amassing, and indeed they're going to head across the map in the hopes of wreaking havoc. In the production tab, I just have a single upgrade because I can no longer make anything. I am maxed out on the things that I can make. Front, I do see this drop over here, and I can't warp units in over here because I have too many things, so I call some of my things over here so that I can deal with this, which I was actually fairly pleased about. And then the rest of the army can continue along and do their stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit when the army gets there, because that is the one we've all been waiting for. Hellbats doing lots of damage to my zealots. That's fine, because that means that they will die and that I can make even better units. Sorry, zealots, but this is all the time. Storms go down, so that tech is paying off, and upgrades are quickly paying off. My army advances forward happily. I lose 8 High Templar, actually. I did have a hotkey there back. Something I've been working on is shaping up my hotkeys a bit to help me control my casters a little bit better, so that's very nice. That orbital command, having not been able to really mine much. 4 dies. I march on in. We do actually have this base, which I had no idea existed, but I don't think it's really done anything the entire game, so that's not too much of a problem. This drop comes on back over here, and I actually just warp in High Templars and then warp them into Archons to deal with this. What I had to feedback was medevacs and escape. It does kill my base, but it's actually fine. I have so many minerals that I can just no problem. Here we have me marching into the natural. A number of SUVs pulled to try and deal with that door. However, Halladay does depart. Halladay is awesome. After this match, I think I told you, I did go ahead and send him the link to the replay of his that I cast already. He said cool and that he would watch it. He was very nice to me. And I appreciate that. Halladay is a cool cat. He gets on my official cool people list. And this is just another happy game of him and happy game of me playing StarCraft and doing things that we like. So hopefully you guys liked watching this. If you'd like to see me cast one of your replays, go ahead and send them over to NoobCrafted@gmail.com. And hopefully you enjoyed watching me. I do get a lot of requests for me to post more of my games, so here we have me doing so. And yes, excellent. I hope to see all of you on the ladder and run into all of you, and have a good night.